A very good evening to all of you present over here. Myself, Utkarsh, moderator of
Yeah,
today's
Utkarsh.
webinar.
Yeah.
Welcome you all on behalf of My Trusted Tutor family. So let me introduce My Trusted Tutor first. MyTrustedTutor.com is a marketplace for private tutors, schools, teachers, academicians, and all kind of educational professions who can help with the school assignment. Our sole motive or main mission is to make quality education available with ease and affordable to all. And I would like to add one more thing that My Trusted Tutor has recently collaborated with educo.pro and will soon be joining and starting with teachers job portal educo.hire.com. So if you are looking for teaching job, kindly share your profile at admin@mytrustedtutor.com. So our today's webinar speaker is Mrs. Mrunal Surve, who is going to provide a lecture on project-based learning. So let me introduce ma'am. She has been an educator and a learner for the past 21 years and has been associated with SSC, ICSE, and IGCSE curriculum. Having achieved a master's degree in geography and education from Mumbai University, she was keen to complete PGD in educational leadership and diploma in educational administration and management from Asian College of Teachers. She is attached to a renowned NGO named Manashakti Research Center as a seeker, oblique Sarak, presented a research paper on impact and application of project-based and inquiry-based learning in classroom curriculum during the first online creative education conference organized by Council for Creative Education, Finland. Now it is over to you, ma'am. You can carry on.
Yeah.
I will stop sharing, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the introduction, Utkarsh.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Let me get started. I'll share my screen. Okay, as Utkarsh introduced me, this was my brief, short introduction. I'm not a great personality, but yes, Mrunal Surve here. And my favorite topic, I believe in, which is project-based learning. And I feel creative thinking in a phenomenon-based perspective is possible with project-based learning. So creative thinking gets developed in this particular project-based learning. So what are take away from this project? So my aim and objective in for having this webinar. So what I at the end of this webinar, this should be the takeaway for you. So that is my aim. That is my objective. Holistic development through project-based learning. You should get an insight through it, and definitely how project-based learning based on theme. Okay, how thinking gets promoted and how connections are there with various disciplines of studies. So one theme can be connected to various subjects, and in doing this project-based learning, definitely students cope up with their stress and the social and emotional development takes place. So this is the objective for this webinar. Definitely you must be having queries in your mind if you have never known about it. If you are quite aware of the project-based learning, if you have done research work, then definitely you must be aware of. But for the newcomers who actually don't know what exactly this project-based learning, project is something which they must have done in schools also. But what is project-based learning, and how does different disciplines or domains get connected to an inquiry? And what is this phenomenal learning? Is this different, or is it it is innate? Okay, and how why analysis is in a holistic manner is important. So holistic way, the if the children study, definitely it becomes a lifelong learning. Ma'am, go for full screen. Okay, thank you so much for this introduction. I would just, yeah. Yeah, is this okay now? Yeah, right time. So you have told me this introduction, this particular thing. Thank
Oh,
you
sure.
so much for that. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get started. There's definitely these queries are there in our mind, and so we need to know about what it is exactly. So this is what I felt. Okay. Yeah. Now, why this project-based learning is required? Now, let us know what is a project. When we talk about project, individual, collaborative work, any sort of work, but it should be a systematically planned manner. There should be some aim for it. And so that particular work we call it as project. So what is that inquiry in research? continuous, students have the queries, they try to find answers to those queries, questions in their mind, and it goes on and on and ultimately leads to some conclusion. So while they are having queries, queries can be related to any domain. It can be connected to any subject. Okay, yeah. So phenomenal learning, a learner-centered. Okay, multidisciplinary. Definitely, we are not, separated. We are, touching upon various aspects or domains or disciplines of life. And so, for lifelong learning, the learning should be holistic. It should touch different disciplines, and it should be a holistic learning. So that's what phenomena. Take a theme and connect it to real life, and through that theme the study goes on and connecting various disciplines. That's what phenomenal learning is. So it can be connected to bio, physics, chemistry, history, geography, economics, psychology, definitely statistics, where the data analysis and all these things are connected to it. We require statistics as well. In English language or any sort of language in which you are doing the project, it will have a connection to language. Whatever you present, whatever you do your work, you have to be documented. It has to be written down, and definitely when you're doing so, okay, it gets connected to various disciplines. That's how it is. So when you're taking a theme, see to it that it gets connected to more than two. So let us focus on the elements. Now, effective elements for project-based learning. When you're talking about the elements, there are basic elements which you should follow. First thing, knowledge and understanding. That's a basic thing. For knowledge and understanding itself, whatever you do, project, whatever you take over, okay? So teacher has to focus on this particular this aspect. So knowledge and understanding, and what skills you want to be get developed. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. Aparna, ma'am. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Then next, challenging problem or question. So focus on a central problem of the project. So what should be a driving question in your mind when you are thinking about a particular problem, a theme? What is the problem connected to it? So what should be your question in your mind? What should be a driving question? So your particular project should be, revolving around that particular problem. So your driving question should be like an appetizer throughout the project. It is going to guide you, focus you on it. And so it is very important. So that question should be really a good one. So that driving question, teacher has to guide every time when you're in the beginning stage. Definitely teacher has to tell the students to take up, yes, you think over, ponder over what should be a driving question, and then collectively she can gather all the questions and she can take a thread out of it, and yes, that can be taken as a question or driving question. So once that is done, the next task or steps becomes really very easy. So sustained inquiry. Students pose questions, gather and interpret data, develop and evaluate. So all this sustained inquiry will have all these things involved in it. Step by step, you have to, when you have posed a question, you are going to carry some data, evidences, data to know about it more. And when you want to know about it more, you come to some conclusions, evaluate, analyze things. When you compare, do a lot of analysis as well. And then further, you have more questions in your mind. So that's, one step leads to the other. Yeah. Then the next element is you have to check out whether it is authentic, fake, yeah, fact. So it is where the critical thinking comes into picture, where the child will focus on whether it is really fake or it is really a fact. So that skill also gets developed here when they are doing this particular thing. That so they're going to check out whether it is a fake or it's a fact. What they have got. So they should have some authentic evidence to support whatever they have got. They have investigated. So after that, after doing all those things, they are, as the project is done in a group, They're going to, students' voice and choice is where they're going to express the opinion. Whatever you feel you are going to express, you have the liberty to speak. And there the reality, is open up, and then teacher is also there to support. You are going to support them definitely, and channelize their motivate them to speak more, and then exactly what comes in, as a conclusion after a brainstorming discussion in the group. Okay, then comes your reflection. You're going to ponder over. You're going to wonder about the particular, thought process will go on. So reflection on that, where you have gone wrong or whatever it is. Further, what you needs to be done. So you're going to think about, yes, whatever has been given as feedback. Okay, so feedback matters a lot. So depending on the feedback of your peer or teachers, okay, continuous feedback is required for every stage. Okay, when you're going to interact with your when the students are going to interact with each other, when the student are going to interact with the teachers, different subject teachers of different, when they are connecting with different subject, they may take guidance from different subject teachers as well, related to the particular question in mind. So then the feedback which is given by all of them will gather, and then the corrections can be done, whatever modifications in that particular work which they are doing it. Okay, so overall they will improve over it, and then final product is made public. So whatever their research finding, whatever they get, okay, they can make a product as a video. It can be a form of a PPT, or it can be a poster they make, and awareness they can create about that particular issue or problem, and what can be the solution, or whatever they have found out as, with evidences. So that product, when it is made public, students are going to see, they are going to ask questions, they are going to have more of feedback on that particular final product as well. And so definitely you are going to reflect over it after the final stage as well. And so feedback matters a lot, reflection matters a lot. Okay, so these two things are really very, very important throughout the process. How, yeah. So this is just an example where the project-based learning gets connected to a theme or a phenomena. If I take the continent of the world, any continent of the world, if I'm taking definitely the nations, different nations, their climate, the flora, fauna, culture, in the time zones, currency, languages, music, when you're talking about culture, everything, the different things get connected to it. So all this will be a holistic learning. So one theme you take, and that can connect it to various disciplines. It happens. And so a project-based learning will be a holistic learning. So that's how it is. So that's an example. Now, how social emotional learning in project-based learning happens. So when we are talking about collaborating, communicating, discussing, taking feedback and reflection, then you're making your final product, you're making a video, role play, street play, report writing, PPT, poster, whatever your product you're making. In this full process, your leadership quality. Okay, self-esteem gets, that is also developed. Self-evaluation, where you are going wrong and where you need to develop a little bit, or what is lagging or what is good in you. That is also very important to know. So the leadership quality gets developed. So all these things is self-regulation. You know where to stop and where to start. So this quality slowly and steadily, in each child, definitely there will be difference in proportion, in percentage in every child, but it happens. And they enjoy a lot along with the kids. So that's how it. Now, this particular video is giving all the elements are used in this, but I'm not going to, you're not going to watch it completely because it's a long video. It's a 10 minutes or so, and I don't want to, use that much of time. I will share the link if you want in the chat box later, so you can watch it later on whenever possible. But the initial part where the entry event and the inquiry question, okay, driving question has been formulated. That part you can, it will be interesting for you to know. So like, you can watch it now. Okay, I have to share sound, right? Computer sound. Just, yeah.
There's always a solution to a problem. You get to be a part of a solution right now. You get to help make something better. By understanding a problem, we can take steps to do something about it. This year, my students worked on a project with the driving question of how can we prevent marine debris from entering our oceans? Students wanted to understand how plastic and waste and debris on land in a place like Elk Grove, a suburb 65 miles away from the ocean, can actually be transported from where we live to the Pacific Ocean. I really wanted students reading and researching online text. I wanted them transforming it into written observations and reflections. I also wanted to work on speaking and listening as well, because I knew that we were going to build a series of films for our city's waste and recycling division. To kick this project off, we wanted to have a really big, exciting entry event. So what we did over the course of a day was several different things. We started the morning talking with National Geographic explorer Justine Amendola. How can you reduce plastic going into the oceans?
What we want to do with plastic is we want to catch it when it's nice and big. Some of the samples in the lab, for example, are really, really tiny. They're like, these guys, if anyone can guess what these are.
She was out in a lab off the coast of Newfoundland working with plastics that were being ingested by seabirds. Kids got to talk to her and understand what she was doing.
What do you like about your job?
I love the fact that I don't know what my job's gonna give me next month.
They learned that she, like them, were in the middle of a research project to answer questions that were authentic and she didn't have the answers to. Another element of our entry event was using the Notice of Wonder protocol with some really strong images of turtles or fish or other marine animals that were affected by marine plastics. Notice of Wonder protocol invites students to closely observe, but it also invites students to ask questions about what they see and what they wonder.
What did you wonder?
I wonder, does it think the net is food?
Another element for the entry event was getting students outside collecting data immediately, because this project was really one about collecting data both online but also out in the real world. Joe Cutler is a freshwater ecologist. He works on freshwater fish species, and he spent quite a bit of time in Western Africa.
But also, I want to get you all excited about fish and get you excited and thinking about kind of what's underneath the water's surface and how we can kind of interact with it.
Joe brought stories into our research that were inspiring, a little bit gross at times, but also quite exciting and humorous as well. We wanted to look at food webs because we wanted to understand, is plastic entering marine water systems, is it impacting the creatures that live there?
Do the copepods, do they use sunlight? Or what do they eat?
Animal particles floating around in the ocean. And then
On the floor, we had students looking at freshwater food webs of the Sacramento River and looking to see where plastic might enter into those food webs. We took students fishing outside with poles and hooks, and it was for a couple of reasons. One, it's fun. Two, they were taking on the role of an explorer. Not just fishing for recreation, but fishing in order to obtain fish guts that we could take to a lab and have tested for plastic in the gut. In order for students to read and understand complex text, it's important that we give them the skills and tools to do that. Pick your place you're reading to. What are we looking for first time? One sentence. For round two, what are we looking for next time? A phrase. Third round, what are we looking for?
words.
We're looking for words. Fishbowl is one of my favorites.
I think here we stop as you got a gist over that how it is getting connected and how to have an entry event. Am I audible to everyone? Hello? Sorry. Yeah. Am I audible to everyone? Hello?
Yeah, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah. So that was just to let you know how the entry event you have to plan, or you can introduce and create excitement about that particular theme, and then go to the driving question, and then actually they move on to the that whole thing revolves around that particular question. So that's how it. Now here I want you I'll give one example here, how activity plan has to be done on that particular theme or whatever topic you take for a project-based learning. It can be any topic. So if we just one example that I'm sharing it as it can be any ways you making creatively and you may have a good connection than what I've given here. Just an attempt just explain that how connection can be developed to various disciplines, and so one theme can get connected to many, and it definitely creates some some solution or to the problem, whatever it is. So if you take just any theme as bread, okay, so it goes to where does this come from? Wheat. So how it is grown, it goes to, connects to the agriculture. So when talking about agriculture, it is the climate, the weather conditions, what things are used for it, what type of soil is required, amount of water, which season, and various other things. Like so, agriculture complete thing, you get connected to it, how you get it harvesting in a complete process in that. So when you're taking that topic also, you're going to connect with agriculture and the various. Then definitely then each part what it is. So they can research over, students can research over this particular thing when it gets connected to grain, and then what that wheat grain actually has, and how different part is used for different products which are made out of it. So how protein level decreases and increases according to the various uses of it. So that can be very well connected, so they know about it more. Then what type of flour mill is rural mill and chakki fresh atta? What is the difference between that as the production when the wheat is processed? Then what is different? What is this maida, and why it is which part of that grain is used, and what is chakki fresh atta and simple atta, so that they can investigate over it. So then it comes to digestion system, digestion, absorption, assimilation. So it gets connected to your science, your bio. So that full process can be connected to it. So that discipline as well. So when you're talking about the industry, this particular process food is connected to it. So you can they can know more about different types of products which are made out of the processing the particular wheat or any type of processed food which is there. Then how they are made, how this processed food is made. So it's pre-cooked, chemicals are added, preservatives, packaging, everything is going to be there in this. So is it healthy? Is it good for their body? So what would be the effects on it, on our health? So they can have awareness about it. This simply saying no to it, they are not going to listen. So this is how they need the awareness about a particular thing. They will know. So when they're researching, they will find out, yes, what ingredients are used in particular thing. So if it is this particular example, when they're taking, so tomato paste is 28%, but rest of the chemical stabilizers, you can see, and they can find out, yes, this number, what is that particular chemical, and then how does it is used for making that particular product, processed food. So how harmful effect it may have, and so this can be, they will come down to some awareness and can create some product out of it. That's it can be a video or whatever they want to, make it public. So that's just an example. Second example, it can be water quality, and just giving you an example so that you get to know about how exactly it has to be executed, because you're going to use these steps in your breakout rooms to do that particular activity today. So water quality. So when you're thinking about water quality, what exactly that water has, and so what impurities it is having, and so they can investigate. This can be a theme. It can be given as a product, as later on they can find a product out of it as an awareness. Yeah. Now this planning sheet, I would like to share here. As an example, I have just given you a simple water quality I have taken, where you need to put your names, your project name, what it will be. Okay, then the driving question, what it will be. So you have to think about the problem and then driving question in your mind. A problem statement you can put forth. Okay, as an example, I've just put here. So which grades you are going to use this? particular theme? Is it getting connected from all to all the grades, or which theme it is getting connected to the content of your syllabus? You can say throughout the grades. Which age groups can do this? So accordingly, you can decide over which age group, which grades can have this particular theme. So what would a driving question? So if you work out over this way you can make the kids work over, and you can plan before that. So like, what social emotional learning and will it bring? So definitely awareness about the impact and on your health and whatever because of the water impurities, and audience, who will be your public, who are going to listen to you. The teachers, yeah, definitely students of all grades in the school, the people in the society, community need to know about water quality and the problem and whatever the impurities, and they need to be made aware about it because they are going to use it. Okay, so who is your audience? Who are you going to target? Okay, so that the audience who is going to watch it. So what will be your product? Here I have given an example of a video. It can be a poster as well. So it can be anything which you are going to use as a product. So that's a planning sample which I have given as just a simple one. And next, I would like you to think over before you go to your planning work. Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes time in a breakout rooms to plan over this particular according to the steps. Okay, you think over which age group of students you are going to have this particular theme, which content of the you are it is going to get connected. If I'm taking water is getting connected to 6th grade, to 7th also something related to water is there. 8th is also there. So water as different types of resources, water pollution is there in the other grade. Then issues related to different sources of water, and then you can say. So this way, if your content is connected to which grades, what exactly is the content, and which age group you are going to decide to have this particular project. So that need to be decided over first. So what can be the solution? What is the problem area? So this, what you want to investigate. Okay, so you need to know about it, learn about who needs to hear about the results in the community, who would benefit out of it. So you need to know about this particular thing as well. So then the final product you're going to present, actually who needs to hear about it. So your product also, who is going to benefit, they are going to listen to it. So how you're going to distribute throughout the social media, that also you need to you need to think over it. So how you're going to make your product public. So investigate, experience, learn, or investigate, learn, experience, and again learn. So these things go on continuously. So in this particular process, when it is continuously going on, we unknowingly or knowingly things you are expressing, children's express, learn to express themselves, open up, record that what they are going to see, it's going to get recorded in their memory, and they recall very well. So it becomes a lifelong learning. So holistic learning is very, very, very important. So that's why project-based learning is important. So start your planning. I need to make breakout rooms. This is your these are three topics which I have given you as from my side. You can take your own topic as well, but just take a note of this particular points which you need to think over. Your project title, driving question, what you will have, what will be a problem statement, enduring understanding, which standards it will be, then emotional learning, what it will be audience, and what will be the product. Are you taking it down? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Are they there? I cannot hear
Yeah, I guess they're there only.
Yeah.
The number of participants are fluctuating. Well, it went to 17, then it came
But
to
then
14.
it came to 14, but then I need to use breakout room to distribute. Can I stop sharing to, so I can?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
do that thing.
Yes. There's someone in the chat. I will, yeah. Yeah, Rakhi ma'am said yes, ma'am. Some response from your side. So, I'm going to divide you into the breakout room. So you need to ponder over and think, and you have to discuss. And I will be entering each room. I'll make 3 breakout rooms as there are. Ma'am, I just joined. Can you brief? Okay. Instead of I briefing you, I want somebody here to recall. Come on. Who can give me the points? Yes. Sonu Yadav wants me to just brief about it because just joined. Yes. Can anyone hear the difference? That activity which I want to just start with. Yes. Internet issue. Gaurav is saying internet issue. Yeah, okay, sir. Jayanti ma'am is also getting connected to audio. Some issues are there. So, and so they are participants are joining in and logging out again, joining in. So no worries. Whoever joins us, I will just see to it that they are again in those breakout rooms. So I need to make the breakout room. So you start with an activity. I think we can give participants to multiple participants can share simultaneously this right. Can I give them? Yes, because in the breakout room, if they want to discuss something they want to put down, they can do that. Okay, I'll make the breakout rooms and I will 3 topics. It can be related to any weather or climate you want to take, water you want to take, soil, you want to take any crop, whatever topic you want to take as a theme, anything you can take. So whatever I have given or of your choice, any theme first to decide over your theme in your mind. So when you are in the breakout room, someone has to take a lead of finalizing the theme and then accordingly work over. I will share that particular, the slide where you need to work over. Now, when you're taking the theme for the project, driving question, what is it should be, then the problem, okay, your understanding, then standards, which and SEL, social emotional learning, what will happen, audience and product. At least this much I want you to do, because the latter part, it will be more in, the next stage. This is just the beginning stage of your planning work. The next stage is the more detailed plan, which I don't think we will have time to do that, but I will definitely share the sheet with you where every week planning how you have to go about for the project based learning. And finally, your final work, you have to decide some time limit. It can be 3 weeks, it can be 1 month, it can be 2 months, whatever it is. You have decided to complete that particular theme project, whatever theme you want to do. So that planning has to be there for the full month or the 3 weeks, whatever it is. I will show you 3 weeks ka planning in short, so you get an idea exactly step by step. You need to decide, yes, this day, this particular thing has to work over, and at the end of Friday, this task has to be completed. So benchmark has to be there for every week. So completion of the task, so that is very, very important. So you get self-regulated, self-motivated to do particular work. So it has systematic, organized planning, and definitely it goes to in-depth, deep learning, where you can lifelong learning it will happen. And so I believe much in this particular thing. Let us divide ourselves in breakout room. I will do it manually. There are 11 participants, so I'll keep three groups. So 3 themes can be, we can.
Some 3 or 4 people were getting connection issues, I think, constantly.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. Here, when I'm sharing the Padlet link, they can click over the one person, whoever is able to, is well connected and all, can click over the Padlet link, put the name, and then I will share screen. So whatever is been discussed in the rooms, it can be reflected here, and we can share.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think most of them are there. I'm sharing the,
Breakout is disabled, no?
Yeah, breakout is disabled.
Fine.
Yeah, I have shared the Padlet link to you. You can click over that link and
Yeah, guys, it is in the chat box. You can go and click it.
Yeah. It will look like this when you and right hand side, the below plus sign, you click on it the thing will be opened. Like if I click, this is open, you put your name in the title and the points which are discussed, you can write it down on this. So you can join using the link.
Guys, you can unmute or you
Yeah,
can type in the chat
please.
box
Are you
because
able to join? Because I have shared that link in the chat box to you.
yeah,
Are you able to click and join that?
you can answer in the chat box.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, one
One
person.
person is able to do it. Yes, I can see that here. Yes. You can, in the title, you can put your name. So we know who has written it. Like the,
And someone is saying that no plus sign is coming to right.
yeah, it is, see, I have shared the screen, right? It is the similar way you will also see it. That plus sign at the right, down, right corner, down. Can you see the plus sign? So you click on this as I get this. The same way you will also get it.
If anyone is getting any query, you can unmute and ask. No,
Yeah. Are you able to do it? No plus sign to write. You have to click on the plus sign. So you will, yeah. Shraddha ma'am has done it. Anyone else? You have to click on that link. So it will open in that Padlet. Yeah, now start putting your driving question. Your what would be, wow, this is nice. This is really good. Okay. Mm-hmm. 3 people are able to join. Nice. Okay, okay, learners to make them aware of weather and climatic changes. So, what is your driving question here?
Ma'am Rakhi ma'am is saying that she's
Unable to sign. No problem. But there at least one member is there from each group, a breakout room.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
That is also enough. So others can give suggestions in the chat box. It is enabled for everyone to chat publicly. So you can message a particular team member. Yes. So that is nice. Who is
Ma'am, are you
written this?
asking? Are you asking me and Sonu, ma'am? Are you asking us? This is Shraddha. So,
Yes.
do you need clarity on us, our
Yes.
topic?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
ma'am, actually, I was facing terrible network issues, but then when I met ma'am, so we discussed that if we have to tell our children about the climatic changes that is happening and how can we cope up with that. So our driving question will be, what if we make them meet someone from the weather department? Because now if you go to see, we don't have 4 seasons. The seasons are actually changing. So as our students who are our future citizens, what are their role in the present world to make sure that our climate is not getting affected? And someone from the weather department, I think, would be, clearly person to
So,
guide us and tell us. Yeah.
so this will be your entry event, you can
Yes,
say.
this is my entry event wherein they
Very
take this.
nice. You got it. You got it. Yeah,
They
good,
should take
good,
it
good.
also seriously. They should take it also seriously. Yeah.
Good, good. This is an entry event. I like it. Nice. Yeah. What about others? Yeah, soil and role of manure. Which group was this? Further, you can just keep on adding. So, like I know, that start was fine. Yes.
Hello, ma'am. My question is, my driving question is about the importance of soil texture
Hmm.
in agriculture.
Okay. Good. So is the soil texture important in agriculture? And then
Yes.
you need to explore over that
And
driving question.
yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, I will integrate from the texture of soil till
Mhm.
the agent which are polluting our soil due to the excessive use of fertilizers or any other reasons, in
Mhm.
different reasons. And as well as I will discuss by different type of these Rabi and Kharif and Zayat type of these mm, fasal, because generally our students can't correlate all these topics together. I will complete two purpose through this question: the integration of the subject, SST and science and agriculture, texture
Okay.
of soil and its pollutants, and its impact on different type of these fossils like Rabi, Kharif and Zayat.
When you're talking about texture of soil, even the pH, value of the soil, when it will
Yes,
get connected to
yes,
chemistry as well. So science
yes,
and
yes, ma'am.
yeah, yeah. So you go back to the history, his past, what it was and what it is right now. So pollution,
And especially
yeah.
we will discuss about the biofertilizers and their maximum and promotion of their use at maximum, because neem is the most popular biofertilizers used for improving the texture of this soil.
Very nice, very nice. I like it. So really, means the concept, at least from my end, I feel it's some of them have definitely understood your group. Yes, that was from which group? May I know?
Three, group three,
Three,
ma'am. Yeah,
group three,
room three.
uh, room three, and room two. Did we complete with room two? Yes, Gaurav. Soil was the topic in room one, and let's see the places. Benefit and drawback. So, what would be the driving question here, Gaurav? Sir, yes? Irregular growth. So what would be the driving question here? Yes, yeah. Yeah. So I know they have got much more interested in chatting and discussing over the point, so they can put it here in the Padlet here. So that was really interesting. So you need to focus over your driving question has to be finalized. When you brainstorm, your driving question is something it will lead you throughout your project. So it has to be fixed in such a manner that it will take you from your problem. What is your problem? And accordingly your driving question, so that will lead you throughout your investigation and bring you to some conclusion. So that's how the driving question should be. So that's very important. Entry event is that is getting the students attracted or to really become serious about it, and then they get motivated to investigate. That is for entry event. But when it comes to driving question, that is something which is going to get connected to various disciplines of studies, and then they the learning thoroughly happens, and they come with some solution and they display their product. So that is very, very important. So that's what it is. Okay, I think most of them observation. Okay, you have taken something related to climate. Yeah, plastic. How use of plastic is killing marine life. Who has taken this? Which group is this? Which room was this from? This question. Hello. I don't know the name, as a few of them have only written the name. Okay, okay, I'm happy that at least you have followed the concept very well, and I am sure that you will implement it. I'll stop sharing. Yes, anything you want to share from your side? Yes, my yeah, as far as my PPT goes, I will share the last. I'm yeah, Utkarsh sir, I'm exceeding a bit. Is it
No
okay?
issues, ma'am.
Because
No
my
issues.
time is till 5 o'clock. I want to actually share with them this particular slide as well,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
only
you
this.
can go on. You
Yeah,
can read for 10
just few.
minutes.
Yeah, just a few. minutes. This particular first part, you'll have done it. Like you thought over it. Definitely, when you actually set to do, you will take more time. It was just that you got that this is the way you have to do it. But then when your planning goes on, entry event, can you see here? Monday I've given the entry event, entry document. Need to know what you need to know, what you want to know. That thing has all those questions, whatever come into your mind, you just have to jot down. And so you come to some common thing. So then you form groups, group contracts or whatever it is, and then you start working. Then workshop, work day, benchmark. Benchmark is a day when you decide, yes, this week, Friday, this thing has to get over, and then it is evaluated. It has been, the teachers are going to check over that this thing is done or not. If it is not done, why it is not done, or where you are going wrong, or whatever it is. The problem areas can be discussed, and further they can work over, and then again Friday, this is the benchmark. So they complete step by step, and evaluation is also done throughout, and they're not overburdened also. Day and night sitting for 2 days and completing the project, not like that. It is a continuous process, and it is definitely going to be in-depth learning. So presentation and then celebration. This is just a format given for 3 weeks. If you, it can be for 1 month, it can be for 2 months, as per your planning goes, as per your theme, how in depth you are going to take them, and how vast or elaborate your particular theme is, and how which grades are going to work over it. Accordingly, you need to decide over 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 2 weeks, or it can be 2 months. That depends on the age group, the content, the grades which are going to work over, and then decide over it. So this can be of some use to you. Last but not the least, I would ask you these questions. If anyone can, can feel free to answer. Yes? Anyone who wish to express or speak over this particular thing. Do you feel creativity and innovation gets developed in this?
Ma'am, I would
Yes.
like to share. I think creativity and innovation can only be developed by hands-on activity and by constant stimulation.
Correct. Right. Very true. And so in project-based learning, definitely it happens. Continuous stimulation is that continuous, you are involved in some activity, hands-on experience. And so you think, you ponder, you reflect over, and then that process is continuously going on. So it definitely happens. Thank you for that feedback, ma'am. Stress management. Is it really possible in project-based learning?
Yes, ma'am. Generally, whenever we are involved in things, especially learning new things, there is no stress. Busyness and engagement with creative things makes you stress less. You can remove stress from your life if you are continuously learning new things. In project-based learning, the child is applying his or her own concept, and he or she is quite busy for hunting new ideas, for creating new ideas. So they didn't get time to get stress.
Correct. And if at all they come across some, at times what happens is they may have fights also.
Yes,
when the distribution of work goes on, I'll stop sharing. There may be fights, or there may be some emotional disturbances.
Teamwork is also promoting with this project-based learning.
Yeah, right. So that's
group
what
learning.
Yeah, so that's what social emotional development is involved in it throughout. And so students are able to tolerate somebody. Yes, they are able to. Someone who is weak, they help out. So collaboratively, when they work cooperatively together, definitely there is a lot of overall personality. There is a difference in it. So that's thank you so much for your feedback about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I've taken a lot of your time. I think I've extended to a few more minutes. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much.